Star Wars, I really, like, I'm losing a lot of hope in that project already. Just because Disney has their hands on it. At first, I didn't care. At first, I was happy.
I feel opposite. I feel the opposite.
No, I was happy at first because I'm like, anything could have been better than George Lucas. But after I saw how bad Iron Man 3 was, and I heard it's because they had their hands on it, I'm like, I don't have hope. Because they could put Mickey Mouse in this damn movie for all we know.
Yeah, but...
I know, I'm joking.
They can...
But...
Legally...
They'll probably make it like PG. I want like a PG-13 Star Wars.
What was the original trilogy? Was they PG-13?
I think they were like PG. They had to have been PG.
I mean, what they showed, there was no
Empire
curse.
Strikes Back was probably...
The only curse I remember was in Empire Strikes Back when Han Solo said that he'll see you in hell, talking about his tauntaun. That's not bad. You can get away with that in PG, right? Yeah. And then the kiss between, that incest kiss, at the time, I guess.
It was alright.
It hasn't been established that they were brother and sister at the time of that writing, probably. Right. I would imagine. I hope so. Right. Lucas got some fantasies.
And you know that's only because she was making up as she was going along.
Yeah.
Because they weren't originally supposed to be sister and brother.
That's fine. That's good with me. I read somewhere
Darth Vader wasn't supposed to be his father, but that got changed.
Obi-Wan was supposed to be his father at one point, I remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Good God.
I remember right.
But it's so sad that at that time, that was such a unique thing to have the villain be the good guy's father, that now it happens left and right. Yeah. It's not unique anymore.
The Toy Story, when they copied it, that was so funny.
Did that? Who did that?
Buzz Lightyear and
Dark Lighter.
Slarge, or whatever his name
was.
Scourge, was that it?
Thing, yeah. Well, he said, I'm your father?
Yeah, he said, I'm your father. And then they started playing catch. Over here, Dad. That was great.
Good old Toy Story.
He said, go on, son.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
I got this Mad Magazine satire book of all Star Wars skits that they did. Oh my God, it's so hilarious.
What, Mad TV?
No, Mad Magazine.
Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
They have the new TV show that they make little vignettes of cartoons. Yeah, on Cartoon Network.
Of cartoons?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's more all cartoon. It's not like real. It's not the TV show anymore.
Is it like Spy vs. Spy, the skits that we
They have those in there too?
Oh, I gotta see that.
Yeah, it's on Cartoon Network.
I never watched Cartoon Network because most of it is stupid. I gotta be honest with you.
That's a lot dumb. There's a new Teen Titans show.
I don't see
real kiddie. Like the old one was kiddie, but it was a little bit more serious. This one's straight up for like toddlers.
Into that stuff. Like
I can't either. Mine
like Dragon Ball Z and all that. I can't get
I grew up on Dragon Ball Z, so I like that.
A lot of people do. That's why I mentioned it, because it's the type of thing that I would probably like if I got into.
Okay.
I just can't start. I can't.
Dragon Ball Z, I don't think Dragon Ball Z is really kiddie. They have that weird humor because
that speed racer type of animation just pisses me off.
Yeah, their anatomy screwed up. I'm like, even back then I could draw anatomy better than they
did. And the monster always. And
up and down. Man, how much articulation do you want in an animated character?
You remember in the 80s, the Disney cartoons, they were very serious. That animation was on point for the voices.
Right.
I remember when I was a kid, I was amazed at that.
Yeah.
Because up until then, all you saw was the mouth opening and closing.
Right.
Know? But you can see all the
What I heard, a lot of them, they actually record people saying the lines, and then they kind of draw it frame by frame, copying it.
Is that what they do?
Sometimes, yeah. If you watch the old Fleischer cartoons for Superman, did you ever see those? Fleischer Superman strips.
No.
They're the old Superman cartoons from like the 50s or something, and those look amazing. Amazing. The motion looks smooth as real life because they will record people doing the motions and then redraw it.
That sounds like
It's awesome. Look it up.
Primitive method that would work.
There's better motion in those cartoons than anything that comes out now. Drawn animation. Yep.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Never heard that.
Fleischer cartoon. Or you can just look up like old school Superman, whatever. I'm sure it'll come up. You want to try internet again? See if it's
What were we looking for before? I forgot.
I don't know.
I don't know, David. We'll think of something. It'll come back.
Yep.
44 viewers, 1 watcher. Somebody's interested.
Yeah.
As long as it's still not better. The internet's still not better. Makes you want to strangle an Optimum Online worker.
Get online.
What is going on, man?
Yikes.
Anyway, I'm trying to think of other. Oh man, you know what else would make a great movie?
What's
With a video game? Grand Theft Auto 4. With Nico coming into the country and getting involved with the crime and stuff. I think it will make a great movie from front to back.
Is it kind of like Scarface?
In a way, I guess.
Does he start from the bottom and rise to the top?
Alright. So it's been done.
Oh, okay. Alright. But you can't go wrong with that story because that's the American dream. We all
like
want to
Avatar. People criticize Avatar for telling that same story. Blue Avatar.
I love Blue Avatar. It's not unique, but it's beautiful. The imagery was beautiful.
They're telling a story that's been done before, but God damn it, they did it fucking good.
They did it good.
That was an excellent movie.
Yep. This is Ferngullian Space. And Dancing with Wolves.
Yeah, and Pocahontas, same story.
Yeah, blah, blah, whatever. It is what it is. That was a good movie. He's coming out with 3 other movies, they said.
Avatar movies?
Yeah, 3. I'm like, that's too much. At first I heard 2 more. But then now they're saying 3 more. I'm like, come on, you do not need 3 more.
In all honesty,
it's
fine the way it is. The movie's perfect from beginning to end.
There was a beginning.
It tells a complete story.
Seriously,
close the fucking door.
Seriously, I don't mind if he doesn't make any other.
Exactly, because it can only go down. That's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
He could go up too. Don't forget, James Cameron is not known for making crappy sequels. Judgment Day was the best sequel in history.
Aliens was also him.
And Aliens, and he didn't make the first one.
The first one was Ridley
Scott. There you go. So he came into someone else's freaking franchise and made it great.
It's true.
I personally like the first one more than the second.
If you think about that, the Space Marines and stuff, he seems to have a fixation.
That's his thing. That's his thing.
He would make a great Halo director.
Oh my God, the perfect Halo. Even though I don't really know the Halo story, like I said, I'm not a gamer.
But you get the gist of it.
Yes.
You see the AR
Space Marines versus aliens.
Even the guns look the same. The AR friggin' machine gun looks exactly like the aliens one.
Yeah, he will make a great Halo director.
That's the guy. Okay, who do we write a letter to?
No, his hands are going to be full to like 2020 making these movies.
Oh, man.
Yep. And then after that, he wants to make some movie called Battle Angel or something. Some weird animated.
That's animated?
Yeah, but it's not only animated. It's based on an animated story.
Okay.
Or manga. I don't know.
I trust him. He's got a very good sensibility.
He's an awesome director. I didn't care for Titanic personally, but
I don't like Titanic.
I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it. Oh, I didn't care for it. Freaking
I like the idea.
And
you know what? I love the idea of taking a real piece of history and telling a fictitious story on top of it, while spending so much time getting the history part of it as accurate as absolutely possible. So you can really insert this story into our history as if it really happened. I think that's a brilliant storytelling.
I think I'm on the other end of that. I think it's kind of cheesy to try to create your story within a historic.
It's realistic.
Story. But I feel as if you should try to actually. He could have told that story from someone's experience that was actually there, like maybe written notes or their descendants.
Well,
no, come on.
From a way, he might have.
That was all created.
He might of course it is, but he might have drawn inspiration from a few stories, a few people's anecdotes and stuff that they remember from the experience.
And then he drew me naked. Yes.
And I threw the diamond in the ocean. You bitch.
Exactly. That's money.
She threw billions of dollars.
There was no space on that damn thing for both of them to sit on. Why the hell do you feel like freezing to death?
No, but I like that. It makes you think. It makes you consider the possibility that this could really happen. Because we know the whole Titanic thing happened.
Right.
So this may have happened, and they explain why there's no record of him and everything. I think that's just very creative. I liked it.
So did you like Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Slayer?
I never saw it. But I'll tell you right now, no.
Exactly, that looked horrible.
That's just unrealistic. That's just drivel.
But based on a real guy, so
I'm sure it was entertaining for the time the movie lasts.
Yeah,
but
that just looked like a stupid
that's just not a. Yeah, that who thought of that? I do want to see the Lincoln movie, the serious one that really encounters his life. I never saw it.
I don't know. I get tired of documentary pieces. I'm in a mood right now.
I like true stories.
I like it too, but I like it in documentary form. I like History Channel when they tell those stories.
Yeah, when they.
I love ancient. Ancient civilizations.
Oh yeah.
When they do like Rome and Egypt and speculations on Atlantis, stuff like that. I love.
Yeah, me too.
I love history documentaries. But to see it in a movie form, it doesn't really touch me that much.
I love it. I like to immerse myself into those times.
Yeah.
I love period movies, like stuff that takes.
I do like period movies, but it depends on what period.
If it's done accurately, like Kingdom of Heaven. Ever see that with
I have seen
Orlando
that.
Bloom? Brilliant movie.
It has a lot of slow parts, but I do like it because I like that era of time. Like Jerusalem and
exactly.
wars.
And that's what made me think of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's the same time.
First order of business, if I was directing an Assassin's Creed movie, is make everybody watch Kingdom of Heaven.
Right.
Make everybody watch this movie, absorb yourself into this world, and think of us. You may have seen this movie before, but this time, watch this movie and think of Assassin's Creed the whole time.
That's true.
Try to plant Altair, you know, when you're walking down the street. Picture Altair on the rooftop about to pound somebody.
Right.
You know, and exactly.
Ready to attack.
With eagles around him.
And you know what? I feel as if his uniform got less creative, or the Assassin's.
The first one.
The first one was awesome.
It was just he draped linen on himself.
Oh, no.
Very simple.
Yeah, the red and the red straps and all that. I love that look. But I feel like now, especially like the one he was in the Civil War, the Indian one.
I got that too. Assassin's Creed 3. That's
I don't know. Great. I'm like, they keep changing his uniform. You have to match the time around
It's not the same person.
I love that first one. I know it's not the same person.
Yeah, I'll get them all out right now. Look, I got Assassin's Creed.
I bring them out.
Did you see the movie Lineage?
I did see that. That's awesome,
wasn't it?
Why didn't they just make that an actual movie?
They should have just kept going and they called that the movie because they did it right, man. That was done right.
That was done good. The effects. I don't know. They mixed 3D in there with it, right?
There was some CG.
Yeah, because
here's the first guy.
Okay, Altair Holly.
Ezio was the second.
He's awesome. I like his look.
Ezio was good too, man. I want to play these again.
Hey,
I miss the stories.
Huh?
See, that's the thing about movies. You don't have to play it again. Tell the story again so that I don't have to play it again. You know.
I got it.
Assassin's Creed 3, I would recommend to anybody, man.
3. Is that the one that just came out, or the one?
Yeah, that's the brand new one with the Revolutionary War and all that stuff.
But now they have Black Flag.
I can't. I'm already. I pre-ordered it.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because I have a fascination with pirates. You see, I have a whole collection of pirate books right over there. You saw my Jolly Roger flag in the living room.
Oh yeah, all right. Your bones, skull and bones. All right, cool. Yeah, these are awesome. Damn, there was this many games. I mean,
well, one of them was the movie, the Lineage,
right.
and Assassin's Creed 2 had like two different. It had Brotherhood.
Okay.
It had a few extensions to it.
Yeah, that's what confused me at the time. I was like, hold up, why is this?
I'm still not sure which order they're supposed to go in.
You know what?
Revelation. I think Revelation is the last of the Ezio trilogy.
Okay. Revelations.
There was Assassin's Creed 2, then Brotherhood, then Revelations. Lineage came before those 3, by the way. It was Assassin's Creed 1, then Lineage, then those 3, and then Assassin's Creed 3.
Aha. Brotherhood. Yeah, this was the last one before 3, right?
That was the one that was supposed to answer.
Because I saw that. Oh, that was that awesome trailer or the cinematic when he's fighting people in like the wilderness somewhere.
That was for 3.
Yeah.
That was for Assassin's Creed
3. Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, not him. Tomahawk. The older dude with the dark outfit.
You sure?
You never saw that trailer?
He was fighting in the wilderness? No.
I think it was in wilderness, like a war. But he was kicking ass.
Because they did have a trailer with the wilderness in for Assassin's Creed.
Right.
He was jumping through the woods. That's a big part of the game, actually. He jumped through the woods a lot.
Well, he was in a war. In the one I saw for him.
Ezio, I like Altair the best. Of all the characters,
Same here.
Altair's the best.
Same here. The original can't beat the classics, right?
Yeah, I'll put those back in order, so
there you go. Originators always have a upper hand.
Portal. Oh, Dead Space. There you go. There's another movie right there. That's a horror. That's a horror, sci-fi horror.
More like Alien, like the first Alien.
Same feel, I think.
Yeah. A lot of quietness.
You know what's weird about the Alien movie, the first one?
What?
I just impulsive speaker here.
Go ahead.
The guy who played the alien, this big, long African, lanky guy.
Really?
Disappeared.
What do you mean disappeared?
He didn't even get paid for the movie, I don't think. He was in the suit the whole time.
Okay.
And like after filming, just disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him.
Killed that man off.
I don't know what happened.
They said, we're not paying you.
But look it up. I think he was Ghanaian.
Who? Ghanaian?
Yeah.
Well, I'm Nigerian, so.
Yeah, you're Nigerian.
They're our cousins. It doesn't matter.
Really? Is that why you hate each other so much?
I don't hate anyone.
No, generally,
my people can hate them, but I don't hate any of my African brothers and sisters.
Nigerians are very freaking violent. You gotta.
Yes, they are. No, they are.
Very violent.
I was never the type of person to defend my people just because they are my people. They start wars or they kill each other.
Not just that.
They're corrupt.
They have no problem scamming and robbing and killing somebody. They have no value.
That scamming stuff brings me down. Yeah. A girl actually turned me down because of the bad name my people get. I was like, really? She was Kenyan.
You got a 419 on your
Seriously, I'm like, give me a number. She's like, oh no.
I even said that in my listing. Of course, it's not loaded because the internet's fucked up. But in my eBay listing, I said no international bidders.
Right.
I was gonna say this means you Nigerian, but that would have been a little over the line.
Oh wow.
I said this means you 419 heads.
Right.
Which is that's where it originated.
Right. One of them played a trick on my older sister. I don't know if my sister told you. With the house listing in Delaware. Really? House listing in Delaware. My sister was all excited. She was like, "Oh, wow, we finally found a place." What put the red flag up for me and my sister, the one I stayed with, was that the guy said he was in Nigeria doing missionary work. I was like, Nigeria? What's the chance of this dude you don't know from anywhere that you're trying to get a house from live in Nigeria? So her husband had a family member that lived in Delaware. They gave him the address. They told him to go check out the house. Went there, rang the bell. People were in there. People were living there, and it was supposed to be vacant.
So what did you say when you rang the bell?
What's that?
What did you say when they rang the door?
Well, I mean, they called back to my sister and her husband and told them, yeah, people live here. They said they never put it up for sale.
So what was the scam though? What are they trying to get?
The person was trying to sell the house to my sister and her husband. But he did not have the authority to sell it. It wasn't his house to sell.
But what is his end game? Did he even think
to get some type of money or monetary gain from it?
Exactly, but you don't understand my
I don't know
question.
how it would have worked personally either.
How the fuck would it have worked? How would he?
Because you would have had to see the person face to face.
You have
before I would pay anything.
Not only that, that's just your personal thing. But did he think it wouldn't come out in the first few steps of the process?
These people don't think that many steps ahead. They rely on people being stupid. No, they rely on people being stupid too. And a lot of people are. Yeah. When they tell people, "Oh, I need your PIN number so I can put money in your account," dumbass. Why the hell do you want to do that? Are you serious? Someone you don't know, you don't give them the freaking access to your account?
I want to meet the guy who falls for that so I can smack him with a wet fish.
Trust me, I think they're already embarrassed enough. I think they're already embarrassed enough, so I'll just let them go.
That's funny. No, they need to be repeatedly smacked with fish.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that, but they're bringing me down. Bringing down my game.
Individually, every Nigerian I met, I completely get along with great. Right. There was this one that, I was working with a Ghanaian and a Nigerian, and they were arguing with each other. We all friends. Yeah. But they were talking about about the scamming and stuff. Right. And the Ghanaian was like, he was saying it's better to work for a living and earn your keep and earn what you get. Of course, I agreed with that. Yeah. And he's like, well, my people are smart, where we can scam people and don't have to lift a finger.
So he thought that was a joke? He thought that was funny.
He thought that was his real stance on the subject.
What?
He wasn't joking or being, Where
was this?
It was a warehouse in Sabre.
Okay.
Sabre was the name of the warehouse.
And he thought that was funny.
We were all sitting on our forklifts, like back to back, just chatting, sitting on our forklifts. And that was his stance. And he was like, "You Ghanaians, you work you work hard like monkeys for nothing. When we just sit back and collect, And it was my argument. It was my contention that a monkey a monkey personality is the type of that would go around just taking what doesn't belong to them without any regard for any civility to them. Right. You go to England and you go to India and stuff, and they tell you there's signs all over the place. Hold on to your belongings, because monkeys will swing out of the trees and snatch your shit and go back into the trees.
People train them to do that.
Yeah, and go back.
Yeah, I know about that.
Hang over.
I don't even freaking understand how that could be his. Because the thing is, it's like I'm getting two different feelings on how people perceive Nigerians now, because I've always thought people saw Nigerians as being hard workers, being intelligent, and this and that. Because we are overachievers for the most part. There's a lot of doctors, they go into, very prestigious type careers, which I can't say I in that gang, but hey, we all have our issues. So after all these scam stuff came out, everyone switched to that thinking now because
that's the reputation.
It reflects on everyone else.
It's not just the people though; it's the governments behind these things.
I heard that. That's some bull.
And no, it's not.
No, I'm saying that is some bull for them to be behind it or to even support it. Right? No. Man, I was raised in America, brother.
Oh, I forgot.
I gotta tell you.
Nigerian from Staten Island. You might as well not even say you're Nigerian.
No, I lived in Staten Island for 1 year. That was 91 to early 92. Then I became a Jersey.
Anyway, this girl told us she used to do that for a living. She explained it to me exactly. She actually worked for the government. She was a government employee.
Yeah.
And what she did was sitting in an office with cubicles. They get on there and they make all these accounts on dating sites and stuff like that.
Yep.
And they try to get men to send them money. They have this sob story. Oh, my mom is sick. They spell mom M-U-M.
Yeah.
My mom is sick.
Yeah.
I need money to get her to the hospital. Please send money. I'd like to come to America to see you and have sex with you. Yes. Please send me money so I can afford a plane ticket. Right. Oh, here you go, honey. Oh, man. Dummies, man. And they fall for it. They make a lot of money, these people.
They do. When Yahoo...
she actually clocked in, and this was her profession.
That was her job. Crookery.
As a government employee.
Yes. That's beautiful. Did they come with benefits? No, like I was saying. Someone almost played that trick with me if I was a dumbass. I was on Yahoo Chat.
Yeah.
And, there was a cute chick's profile. She sent me a couple messages. We were going back and forth. And she somehow went into money. I was like, no, thank you. I'm not interested in sending you money. Okay? Yeah. And then she started talking to me from there on.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you stupid? Who falls for this? You must be a very sad human being.
It's amazing.
Or very lonely. Like, you go buy this. You don't gotta freaking send money to someone. Come on, man. You can buy sex.
They're preying on people's good
emotions
nature.
Or good. Or weakness. Because people are weak.
Sometimes it's just because they want to get laid, and that's pathetic.
Exactly.
But sometimes they genuinely hear this story, and they think they're helping someone.
Right.
And those are the people I feel bad for.
True, the ones that generally are trying to help.
They think that they're really helping because $20 to us goes a long way for these people. From if what they're depicting on TV is accurate,
right?
So we think they think they're really helping. They send money, but it's just a scam. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah, man. I'll never fall for it. Never.
The one that I almost fell for, and what introduced me to the whole thing actually, was when I was selling my motorcycle. I put it on every site, and I was getting calls from everybody. And this guy, he had this story about he's in Nigeria, but he has clients in America, and they owe him money. So what they're gonna do is give me a check for over the amount of the bike. I think I was selling it for like $4,500, and they were giving me a check for like $6,000. And what I do is I take my $4,500 and send him the balance.
Yes.
And it's a money order. It's a real money order from the Bank of Nigeria or whatever that processes as it normally would through the bank. The bank sees no red flags. It's months later that it
doesn't clear.
It doesn't. Yeah.
And you end up losing $2,000.
And you have to give the whole $6,000 back. You have to pay the entire amount of the money order. You cash the money order for $6,000, remember?
Okay.
And you send them the balance. So you have to give the entire $6,000 back. You're just stuck. And meanwhile, this person got that $1,200, that $1,500 or whatever it was.
Wow.
Just for nothing. It probably does that all day.
Yeah.
And it was vehicles that introduced me to the whole thing.
The what now?
Selling vehicles, because that's one of the 419 scams. There's the vehicles, and then there's the dating stuff, and I'm sure there's more that I don't know about. It's a shame that they don't get any more sophisticated with it, though. It's all very easily identifiable bullshit, phishing shit.
I don't think they realize they're becoming so transparent. They must not have their ears out.
It's amazing. I can't imagine that enough people are falling for this to keep them afloat, though. I can't imagine.
I'm sorry,
I'm sure people still fall for it, but in the amounts that they need to keep afloat, I just don't.
Right. Like, people could be struggling and they'll fall for this crap. Giving people all their life savings.
That's how religion works.
Well, that's why I'm not in it.
That's religion. They
tell you
it's supposed. Yeah, you're supposed to give it, and they'll tell you the poor. They'll make it seem like a virtue for you to be poor and not be able to afford it, and give your last dollar.
Then why do you want my money if you want me to be poor?
That's what they're trying to say.
So you should be good and taken care of, but I should be poor.
That's what they're telling us. They're trying to instill that as a good value, that you give your last dollar to your church, and you'll be rewarded. It's all bullshit. Never. That's the thing. Exactly. And you ask them when, they'll say, "Oh God, never. You never know God's way.
God works in mysterious ways." You meet him and he'll be there. Holla.
It's just to give you the cop out answers. Yeah. But that's a whole nother sermon. But that's how it works, though. They prey on people. Yep. They just prey on people. These televangelists. Yeah. Evilest people on the planet.
They always, I heard, these giant churches, you shouldn't trust them. I never cared for these.
I mean,
no, but these giant churches, that's a freaking corporation.
It's like Walmart churches.
It is.
The church of Walmart.
Yep. It's a giant stop-off money-making machine.
Yeah.
But you can make easily a couple thousand that Sunday.
Oh, more than that. These giant mega churches?
I'm just trying to
shit more.
I'm just trying to play them down.
People give 10% of their salaries. Way more than that.
So you can make like $1 million easily. Or
you see these? He said cathedrals. You think they're cheap to maintain?
Yeah.
They make that in 5
That light bill has to be crazy.
I know, right?
Oh man.
People are gullible. They believe these things because it makes them feel good.
Right.
Which, I mean, you can't fault church for the communities that formed in the name of them. Good people, can do good things in the name of church.
Yeah.
But it's a testament to the person's goodness.
Yeah.
Not to any divine, supernatural force behind it. That's my stance. So I have no problem with churches. They form good communities. They make people help each other and stuff. And that's not to say that can't be done.
Right.
Secularly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the result of a lot of these small churches. Even if they base their beliefs on nonsense, it's relatively harmless until these people start robbing you of money. And you ever see this guy Peter? Did I ever tell you about Peter Popoff? You heard of that?
I've seen Popoff before. His name kills me, first of all.
Yeah, but they completely debunked him. They got into his earpiece.
Okay.
And they were broadcasting in the church. His wife was telling him the things that he was saying. God was telling him. Like he'd have somebody's name in the audience because they fill out these prayer cards when they come in. And how they didn't put this together, I don't know. Right. But he'd say, Mary Johnson from Kentucky, Ohio, or whatever. And then she'd say, oh, that's me. And she's in a wheelchair. No, something like she has an ailment that you wouldn't tell by just looking at her. And he'll say, you have arthrodial congitis of your left leg. And she'll say, oh, how'd you know that? God told me. But really, and they tapped into the frequency. Oh man, these skeptics, I forgot what their names are, but there's this whole thing.
All these years when Popoff was watching him on late nights selling holy water and like trinkets and stuff.
Asshole, what an asshole. You want to pop him right off his head.
Pop off.
You want to see if his head pops off.
There you go. Damn, that's funny.
Scam artists. Is that not pure evil? And to do that, and to pretend you're doing this in the name of
God,
ultimate goodness and God. It just makes
you want money.
It makes you want to decapitate a motherfucker.
Sadly, I see the hypocrisy in it, but I don't blame them.
Get
it where you can get it.
For it.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree either, but at the same time,
I don't admire that for 1 second. Get it where you get it. Because either one of us, we're big dudes, man.
Right.
We can stick people all day long and make a lot of money.
Right.
I've had a history of this.
Right.
Does that mean that we should?
It doesn't make it right.
That's why I hate that answer when someone says, why do you do that? Because I could.
You could.
Pop off time.
Pop off, man. I'm about to pop off.
Because I could. You could do a lot of things, but you got to restrain yourself.
But I almost feel as if they are as wrong as the person falling for it.
No.
Because people aren't educating themselves enough to see
some
through.
people just don't have the mental capacity.
No, then that's their fault.
You shouldn't. No, I mean you should. Yeah, it's their fault.
The strong prey on the weak.
You can't take advantage of that. Yeah, that's the nature.
Business is taking advantage of people.
That's the nature of
for
it.
the most part. Yeah.
There's no good quality to a person who.
It's not.
Partakes in that.
There's not.
We could pray on the the point I was just trying to make.
Right.
We could pray on the week all day if we were that tight.
True.
And we'd be living in the lap of luxury.
Oh, Lord.
But there's right and wrong. You can't bring people harm just to
Yes. And them of all people
to know this. You don't need that.
No,
it's part of evolution. This is how we evolve. We're living in societies. We have to consider everything.
I'll tell you the truth. You know what? I can counter that point to say, like I always say to people when it comes to religion, there are good things in religion as far as morals. Yes, there are bad things in Bibles as well, like stone your wife to death for cheating and this and that. Why is a man when he cheats?
Leviticus,
nothing.
Full of really bad.
A lot of contradictions, but for every bad one, there's at least a couple more good. Because
that's the opposite way. There are good ones.
I think for humanity to got to the point where we are now, without religion, we probably wouldn't be here. We'd probably still be in a lot of dark ages. Even though religion had a lot to do with a lot of atrocities as well. There's still good things to take from religion is what I'm trying to say.
And there's none of these good things.
And I don't think people will learn this. Human nature, I don't think we're naturally good. I really don't. Because we're animals at the end of the day. Survival of the fittest.
We're social animals.
You will only do what is best for your group.
And
but when you learn to show compassion to people,
civilization that we're part of, that's our group.
I hear
that's
you. But through the Bible, it says you should have compassion for even those people that.
And you couldn't have got to that conclusion without the Bible. Of course,
I don't think so.
Of course,
I mean, not everyone, but for the most part, it wouldn't have been to the point where they were, where they got to.
Jesus said, "Do unto others how." He's the one that gave us this golden rule. He's the one that credited for.
And before that, it was an eye for an eye.
No, not just that.
No,
what I'm saying is,
right?
every single religion
had universal thought of treating each
their
other
version
good.
of that.
Yes.
In fact, Confucius was the first recorded one to say that, and that happened thousands of years before the supposed teachings of Jesus came out.
Yeah.
And in fact, the phrasing was identical. Do unto others as you
There's a lot of similarities with
something to that.
Yeah.
But that's just something that's inherently human. And there's a flaw in that, by the way, because what if you're a masochist? What if you enjoy pain? You don't want that person to do unto you.
Exactly.
So that came from the Bible. It's a good rule generally, but it has its flaws. But that's not something that you need some kind of divine intervention to come up with. Everything that's in the Bible is written by humans. The only thing that will be argued was were these humans divinely inspired by magic, or did they come up with things that were that they just pieced together common sense and make a story around it?
Right.
There's nothing in the Bible, nothing that's beyond the knowledge of human beings at the time the Bible was written. There's nothing divine, nothing magic in there, nothing that foretells any future prophecy. There's things that you claim as prophecies. But they're very vague. They can be applied to many different things.
Yep.